Welcome back to the Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour. I'm Mike Witzak.
I am Rory Farrell.
And who's in the middle today? Who's our special guest here?
My name's Dion Barrella, local real estate agent. I work for Kind Realtors. You know us very well from all the guests. But yeah, happy to be here. And I'm super pumped that we're in Doylestown in a brewery, Artifact Brewing Company. They're new. How long have they been here? Like since the summer, right?
Yeah, only a couple months.
Yeah, they have
in Doylestown.
Yeah, and where's their other location?
Hatboro. Yeah,
Hatboro,
they've been around for a couple years there in Hatboro. So shout out to Ryan.
Yeah,
right
shout out
there.
Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan, for hosting us, letting us come in before the doors are even open, pouring us beers. So
Yeah, very exclusive.
Run of the mill over here.
Yeah, you're getting an exclusive podcast here with the Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour, and Mr. Doylestown.
Yeah, so definitely point out Mr. Doylestown on Instagram.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, well, soon, Mr. Worldwide. That's Pitbull. I think that's Pitbull.
Yeah, that is Pitbull. Yep.
No,
You are bald like Pitbull.
I am bald like Pitbull. I need a
He's
haircut.
got the great
Gotta get
beard,
the goatee or whatever. Yeah, whatever he
Yeah.
has.
and the big Miami glasses.
Dude, Pitbull has tracks.
He does.
So my son, he loves. He was like, "Hey, Dad, play Fireball."
Oh yeah, of course.
He's
Classic.
8.
Yep.
So
And he
play
doesn't know. He doesn't know what Fireball means.
Oh no! But at the same time, it's a poppin' song for kids.
It's a banger. Yeah.
So you just let it play, and it plays more Pitbull songs, and you're like, "Wow, he's got tracks."
Next thing you know, your whole Spotify curation is mostly Pitbull. That's
Yeah.
how mine's mostly Taylor Swift.
Dude, the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn, baby. That's a classic. Anyway, so what are we sipping on here, boys?
Well, we each got
everybody
a
has-
couple different things. So, Ryan was nice enough to pour us a beer for each of us. So I have a
Thanks, Ryan.
prickly pear sour. So it's not too sour, not overly sour, nice and balanced, and obviously with prickly pear.
Inspired by who?
The Grateful Dead.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Dad, baby. I have I'm gonna have to turn around and look. It's a New Mexico green chili blonde.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's called Into Oblivion. And he was explaining a little bit to us that it's not too hot, but you could still taste that chili flavor. And I love a blonde, so I like a nice, light, drinkable beer that I could have a couple of.
Yeah.
So this is a good one. I love how he does the inspired by her, the inspiration. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
your
that. It's
inspiration is low pro.
cool. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, neither do
we'll
I,
have to
honestly.
Google that.
So I think we're getting nuked outside too. It's there's a siren going off.
I think Low Pro is also a Instagram filter, so maybe it's
It is.
inspired by Instagram.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who
There you
knows?
go. Thanks. Instagram.
And I got the West Coast IPA that's inspired by The Doors. So I've been listening to a lot of 60s, 70s, 80s rock here recently.
All right.
So,
It is kind of cool. It gives you an opportunity to pick something that might be off the beaten path that you wouldn't normally go with.
which I would
based
normally
on-
never go with the West Coast
based
IPA.
on the
But I really like
inspiration.
it. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. So,
And that's not typically you're more of a East Coast hazy IPA guy. If you're gonna do IPAs,
if I'm going to do IPAs at all, yeah,
Little
normally I'm
hoppier
a
than
little
your-
Pilsner dude,
a little hoppier than you're used to. I
Yeah,
bet.
I like it though. It's very good.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Artifact, for having us.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Cheers. Happy Friday.
Cheers.
I spent the last couple Fridays here actually.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's a
Not
good
a bad
place to
thing.
take the kids, especially if it's nice out. They open the garage door.
Yep. Last Friday we there was some live, just one man band live music, playing some classic rock, which was cool, some country, and then did a little Noah Kahan. I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was the first time he played
Yeah.
that. He's like, that was fun. And then we went and got.
I believe it's no con, but it's whatever.
No, I don't think you're right on that.
Okay.
We're going to fact check that later. Oh, there's a fire happening. Not here. Not here.
Yeah, not here. At least I hope not here. Yeah, so, all right, Mr. Doylestown, let's get into you a little. I don't know if you wanted to say anything else. You're looking at me like
No. I was saying that we got Lovebird, brought it in, got food, and just had dinner here. It was awesome. It was
Oh,
a
nice.
nice, chill night.
with Noah Kahan. Yeah, whatever.
Noah Kahan. Yo, I love why we're on Noah Khan or Noah Kahan.
We're gonna figure it out right now on the air. We're gonna-
Do a little YouTube pronouncing. I love live albums. He just came out with his. He just started streaming his live at Fenway Park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but there's something about the crowd noise is cool because
Says
What
Noah
was it?
Kahan.
Noah Kahan. Oh man.
I don't lose the mic often.
Hold on.
Cayenne, like the pepper, which phonetically
Noah Cayenne, actually, so we're both wrong.
Can't be that possible.
That's
That is
him.
not
That's
true.
him saying his name.
Cayenne, like the pepper, which phonetically isn't right. That one confuses me.
No, he said that's
Kahan is okay. Like, it looks like it's Kahan, but to add new sounds, like an accent over the A, isn't right at all. I've gotten cayenne, like the
he said he's gotten cayenne, which is not correct, obviously.
It's what?
All right, we'll figure it out.
Whatever.
off air.
Yeah,
Our
I'm gonna
lives-
figure it.
Our
the
lives are
lives-
upside down.
The live, what?
Yeah, the live album is good because if you hear a lot of live albums, I think they take a lot of live albums and they take them in the studio and they kind of like polish them a little, like not super. This one sounds a little too raw where everyone in Fenway is singing his songs and it's like a millisecond off of his singing and I can't get past it.
Too much. I'll have to listen to it.
And I love him, and I know my kids love him. My wife likes him, so it's a little, but I'll still listen to it.
Yeah, he's very good. I enjoy some of his music, and I'm
Yeah,
not
it's-
like a giant country fan. So
What's not really country?
is it like more soul?
Folky.
What would you say, folky? Yeah,
I don't know.
guess.
Funky
Whatever.
Pop.
You
Nah,
guys
it's
going to
good.
bicker the whole time?
Yeah, I know. We're kind of like fighting right now. Yeah, you're right.
That's
what
how-
hap-
if
yeah.
you weren't here, this is what would be happening.
This is exactly what would be
That's
happening.
funny.
Anyway, let's get into you
All right,
a
let's
little
get
bit.
into more important things.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got into music because you're a big music guy.
Yeah. I was in a band for a while. My dad's a musician. He's been playing the guitar his whole life. I just was raised very musically. If you can tell by my voice, I was a vocalist for a hardcore metal band for since, that's what I got into when I was younger. And then having kids, growing up a little, there's less time for that. But a bunch of my
unfortunately.
buddies are still grinding away at it. So shout out to all those guys. And yeah,
That's awesome.
That was my hobby. I need a new one.
Did you have a different voice prior to being a metal singer?
No, I've always had like a deep, kind of loud voice, and but the way I never like trained or I never did warm-ups or anything, so I think my voice is just gonna sound like this. I'm gonna sound like who's that guy who was trying to run for president?
Oh, Robert F. Kennedy.
RFK Jr.
Yeah, when I heard him, I'm like, that's gonna be me. In about 20 years. So
So what? How did you make the transition from metal to real estate? How did that come to be?
well,
Give us
hardcore
the
metal
full
was just
backstory because you're a Doylestown guy, born and raised Doylestown.
Doylestown.
Mr.
Yeah.
Doylestown.
Yeah, my parents and I moved here when I was 3 years old. I'm 38 now. I grew up. I went to Linden, Lenape, and West. That's the same schools my sons are going to go to. Just in the area. My parents are still in the area. But we've been here, and I've been a part of. I go way back with Siren Records. They've had 3 locations. We've done shows up there. Lots of local stuff. I used to put on shows at the YMCA Teen Center when we were all teenagers, so that was fun. But what I did as my day job is I worked as a teacher for over 20 years at Windmill Day School and Camp. 3 and 4 year olds, summertime. Did the sports counselor, regular counselor. Just they're like family there. But after having my own children, and doing it for so long, it was time to try to switch up my career. And I knew Pat from Kind Realtors. He was doing it a little bit. We met when he moved into the area back around pandemic. He's always trying to get me to be a realtor. Hey, Dion, you'd be really good at this. I'm like, no, I'm good at where I am. And then finally this past January, we went out. He was talking to me a little bit about it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do it.
Go for it.
So I'll go for it. So I got my license shortly thereafter. So I've had my license since about May, June, and I was still working and still kind of work at the camp when I can, help out with maintenance, landscape, sometimes do a little teaching. But I'm trying to focus all my attention on real estate. And why I'm doing the thing like Mr. Doylestown. So trying to get my name out there and try to be involved in the community a little more. And so far, it's been working out really good and opening up a lot of new doors, especially with you guys.
Yeah. No, I think it's opened up a lot of doors for you because I'm not even in the community and I know what you're doing and I follow you and I watch everything that's going on. I mean, Rory introduced you to me and it's really cool. Like, I love the ideas that you've been putting out there and doing. It's something I've always been like, oh, I would love to do like a treasure hunt or, like a geocache thing type of deal.
Yeah.
And you've done that multiple times around the community. I think it's awesome. I think it's really, really cool what you've been up to. So I'm sure it's going to pan out. It's
I appreciate that.
yeah, it's working already. So.
I imagine, I mean, being I think our kids are probably similar ages. I think yours might be a little older, but like having to be creative with kids, having to come up with games, having to like, I mean, you can directly translate that to being as part of the community and making it fun, making it unique, right? Like,
Yeah, I always said before, like when I first started out, I know I'm in my first year, and there's a lot of like bumps, and there's a huge learning curve to learning the inside and outs. Like I've won 3 houses in my life, but I've never, sold or bought, like helped someone sell or buy one. So it was definitely a different change, and I'm still learning every day. I'm learning something new. It's really great,
for
but
decades you'll be learning.
I want to sell community before, I sell homes, because I think that's why people want to move into the neighborhood, is because they're in love with the community. And and the communities put me on my back, or put them on my back, their back, sorry. So I want to put, I want to do stuff for the community, especially family friendly stuff. I want to do stuff for teenagers too. I feel like Doylestown's really great with doing stuff for families and recently, and also, older people, but not so much, the teenagers and all that stuff. So I want to try focus on that next. And I think that'd be really cool.
That
Be
is
an
cool.
awesome thing, yeah. Yeah, and what better person to do it than somebody that has lived here their entire life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not blowing smoke and mirrors. I moved from New York, like, half the people that live here now, but that's okay, because people want to be a part of this amazing community and awesome town. And I embrace it. Any new business that starts up here, I make sure to go in, not just for my own gain or whatnot, but just, just to put a face to the, like, I like bringing my children to this town and they have a good time. And I feel like I'm a kind of an agreeable person. So, trying it. I'm spitting all over the mic.
That's all right.
No, by
We
all
won't be
means.
using that one next time. It'll
Yeah,
be the
you're
next
okay.
guest.
We'll swap it out.
Maybe it'll be Matt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Matt.
But yeah,
Cut that
So I grew up in the area, but not Doylestown, like North Wales,
Sure.
Montgomery County. And this is kind of like a testament to Doylestown. When we moved back from California, my wife's a North Jersey girl, so we were back and forth from North Jersey, to North Wales, back and forth, and we came through Doylestown, and she's like, "What's this place?" Because she wanted to move to North Jersey. She wanted to move somewhere in Jersey. And I was like, "We can't do this." So she's like, "What's this place?" And we came through on like a beautiful Saturday, and there was like events, and there was people walking around, and the businesses' doors were open, and it was just like lively. And I was like, "Oh, this is Doylestown." And she's like, "I could live here." And I was like, "Ding!" Like, and next thing you know, we started focusing our search, and it just goes to show, like, we've lived in California, North Jersey, like down Montgomery County, like, I've lived all over the place, but like, we landed here because we immediately felt like, oh, this is a cool spot to live. And we didn't even know what we know now 7-8 years ago when we bought the place. It's like, we feel so lucky to have landed here with our family and, all the stuff that's going on in the community. And it does feel like a fun community.
You guys are doing a great job at selling me right now. I kind of want to buy here. Unfortunately, I'm too poor to do that.
Why don't you build a yurt in my backyard? That would be
a
fun.
yurt? Yeah, I could do that.
As long as you babysit on
yurt?
Friday. You don't. Oh man, yurts are like, that's a dream. So think about like a
dream.
circular.
Hold on, here we go.
Do you know what a yurt is?
Is it? It sounds very
It's
familiar to
almost
me.
like a cylindrical tent,
yeah,
but it's more permanent.
yeah.
And
It's like almost like a teepee, isn't it? But like
similar,
rounder
yeah.
on the top.
But it's more permanent, and it's
Yeah.
like, you can get plumbing and you can get electric, all that stuff. But
I'd
it's,
rather just a tiny home, but that's okay.
yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna like blow away.
No. It's like, yeah,
It's in the
more
ground,
permanent.
yeah.
You'll see. Google it after. It's
I'm
fun.
gonna Google yurt.
Yeah,
We got to
that's super
Google
cool.
Noah Kahan and yurt after this.
There are a lot of show notes in the.
Yeah, we
in
got
the
a
notes.
lot of stuff to do here. That's fun.
No, Doylestown has, it used to be like super rad where like right next door to here, now it's a hair salon, but it used to be a skate shop. And there's just really cool stuff around town back like in the 90s, early 2000s. And then what happened was, maybe it was because of the age I was in, but like a lot of like, olive oil place was opening up, and now I love the olive oil place now. So maybe it
Now
was
in
like
the
an
late
age
30s.
thing. But
Let me
no,
get a nice garlic truffle olive oil.
but no, my dad, who's a curmudgeon, he also said like, oh, this place is not it's not cool anymore. And even my best friend's dad, shout out to Zach and Jared Dietz, they're like, oh, it's not cool anymore. But I feel like Doylestown is on an upswing because of everyone trying to do something. It's not just me in this community. It's everyone, business owners, people who work here, people like Kind, and people, other real estate offices. Everyone wants to have their hands in something special, and everyone's willing to put forth the effort, and it's paying off in a huge way. I feel like it was very like, it still is a little like exclusive. Some of the older people like getting in their like social circles that they've established for years and years and years. But there's the new wave of us coming through that want to do something more and something cooler. So, and we're all on the same page. Places like Happily Haunted Barbershop, Max's Electric Bikes, Evolution Candy, Nomad. The list goes on and on. Yeah. There's tons of places.
Artifact, Kind.
Yeah, yeah. Every single, you could walk down the street and pop in, and you know,
Native Cafe.
Native Cafe.
Yeah.
We could go on. How long do you guys got? There's
so
want. Many amazing places in this area that definitely. I'm probably forgetting a bunch of other names of businesses. I'm going to hear about it later, but
Empanada Mama.
And social media is huge. It's huge because it's essentially a free platform to promote your stuff on. Mm-hmm. And I never went to like a marketing class. I don't think anybody did. It's just like all organic type. People are learning along the way. Like, this works, this doesn't work. If this works, let's do it better, you know?
Yeah. No,
I
definitely.
think there's the turnover too. Like you said, your parents grew up here and, or, lived here forever. And,
sure.
My neighborhood specifically was built 25 years ago, and a lot of turnover from the original buyers to people who are like more our age, young
sure.
families. And it's with that, you also see the community, the borough, the businesses turning over and being a little bit more, I guess like not hip or cool, but like more things that we're into, like record stores, cool coffee shops, things like that.
Yeah, Blair was Siren Records, man. He used to be over at the old running shop, and then he was above the marketplace where he had a huge space, and we used to throw shows there all the time, and it was amazing. I kind of wish he still had it, but the spot they're in right now is perfect for them. They're thriving. Any business that makes it through the pandemic and comes out on top like them, that's huge. That stands the testament of time.
For sure. No, absolutely. Yeah. I also want to just go to say too, the pandemic, like we talk about it, it comes up a lot on the podcast, but it's really crazy to think like that. We're going to talk about that for the rest of our lives. Like that's something that happened that like these businesses
especially
made it through, and
people who live through it like this. Like,
like it's crazy to think that's like
my kids are
hopefully
not
it's a
like
once in a lifetime thing, and all the businesses that made it through it, like realtors, loan officers, small, the coffee shops, things like that. Like, I mean, if you got through that, you're going to get through anything at this point in time. It's crazy to think about, but
I feel like it was tough really, mentally for a lot of people too. People were definitely in a good groove routine. You don't appreciate your routine, and then to have that happen could really do a lot I know for me, I never had like social anxiety. Like when I had my kid during the pandemic, man, it just, some stuff cropped
you had your
up.
Kid during the pandemic.
And I was still, we were closed down because of daycares and everything closed down. Everything was so uncertain, but I think everyone just banded together and everyone just figured it out. I feel like the huge thing is like, we're all just winging it.
Yeah, for sure.
We're all just winging it. And guess what? We're still here, and just keep on trucking.
Yeah, we got through it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I will say, back to Siren, I bought records at a bunch of different record stores throughout, the area, whatever. I never get one there that's bad. Every single one that I've gotten there, it never skips. All the tracks play perfectly, and that's like I'll get records there till the day I die, because every other store, at least one record has been like, oh, it's a dud. I don't know if they don't have the quality control check or whatever, but Siren, 100% of them.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing over there. They're actually, and they have a lot of young kids working there now, and they've been doing this new thing where their employees, like, they have like a record of the day they want to like show off, and they do that on their social media. And I think that's great because, I didn't know these like younger kids have like really great taste in music. especially like old stuff that like I've never heard of. So I'm like, I'm checking that stuff out because I'm a streamer. Like I don't have a record player, but I always love just going in and checking out the stacks.
That's what I was just about to ask. Do you have a record player at home? I'm assuming, yeah. Interesting. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
I have
cool.
it actually
Sounds better.
right
Yeah.
behind my dad. I mean, it's always like a convenience thing. Obviously, Spotify just goes and goes and goes. But,
Sure.
So if it's just like my house is always music on all the time from the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, or like put the TV on or whatever. So there's always something going on in the background. So I can't just obviously constantly do records. But if I'm like, it's right behind my desk at work, or like in my home office, A.K.A. the dining room. And I just, at that point, it gives me a reason to take a break from work. Like every 20 minutes or whatever, boom, flip it. So
Pretty cool. Yeah, his kids are trained to go up to the Google and be like, "Hey Google, play this song," or "Hey Google, play that song." It's the funniest thing in the world.
And I will say, they say play Noah Kahan.
They
And guess
do.
what? 100% of the time, they play
Oh,
Noah
really?
Kahan.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So Google knows.
Yeah,
Full
Google
circle.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, are they not the age yet? Hold on, do you have girls?
I have a 6.5-year-old girl, 3.5-year-old boy.
Oh, okay. And they're not saying like play the poop song? They're not saying that stuff yet?
They get into some things
I
that
give
are
my kids
definitely
too much
annoying,
freedom. Yeah.
but not like that. Like Danny Go workout videos they'll play on the Google.
Oh, nice.
that
But
like
I've trained them like they've never once asked for Let It Go. Not once.
Is the poop song like an actual song here?
Probably.
I could go really deep into it, but there's like the most amazing poop songs on Spotify, and they're all geared. They're all just mind garbage. They're all just like, but they're actually the kids love them because we'll have to link one up later. I'll have to play you one.
Play a poop song later.
Play yeah.
I heard
Great.
it slaps. As the
Yeah,
kids say.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what also happens when you teach 3 and 4 year olds for 20 plus years. Like
Yeah.
you just know their humor. They know my humor.
How'd you like teaching?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love teaching.
So my
Yeah.
girlfriend's a teacher, but she works at a behavioral health academy. So she teaches like high school kids
Sure.
that are like anywhere from they got caught vaping in their high school, so they got sent here
Okay.
to the fact or to like this kid's like a juvenile delinquent and he just got out and he's like coming to the school.
We've had a place like that called around here called the Barn. And when we used to get bused to tech school, I used to go to tech school for media and communications. It's crazy,
go.
but I didn't do anything with it.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I made it, Mr. T. So we used to bus, I think like 2 or 3 kids we used to drop them off at the behavioral health place first, and you don't want to mess with those kids.
Nah, man. Nah.
They would come on the bus like if you looked at them the wrong way, like
They're starting something.
yeah.
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 For sure.
But no, there's definitely especially now it's like there's definitely a need for that. And now that I'm not in high school going on the bus, I see what they're dealing with, and I always like to try to find, my huge thing when I was teaching was they're 3 and 4 years old. Come to school happy, be happy at school, and want to come back.
Yeah.
That's all. And
That's it.
if we learn something along the way, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But-
naturally, they will learn something. If they're happy, and
Exactly.
that just keeps them open-minded to
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like
you
at
guys are
that
talking
age, you're
about.
not. Yeah, at that
It's a
age,
marathon.
It's like,
a-
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, dude,
they're gonna eventually, be like, ugh, school. Like they're 3 and 4. It should be exciting. You're with your friends.
Yeah, exactly. Don't make it like that now. But that's what, yeah, I look at like her students and what she does as a teacher, and I'm like, Jesus, man. But she loves it. She absolutely loves it. And I would say like 95% of the teachers that I've ever met in my life and talked to, they love it. Obviously you have the 5% that they're like, all right, I've had enough of this. I'm getting out of here. And I could also understand that point of it too. But I'd say most of the time when you're working with kids, it's like, I could even see myself really enjoying it, like being in there and helping out and doing that. But I don't know, 3 or 4 year olds, that sounds like it could be a handful of times. Yeah.
Pay teachers more, and children in elementary school need more recess.
Yes.
Put it on the blog.
That's actually a great point.
I would say that's probably why a lot of teachers get to the point of 20, 25 years, and they're like, they loved it for a long time, but it just
Still
the
do though. Yeah.
bureaucratics and the management and the pay and all that. It's got to be tough because you're just dumping everything into it.
Yeah, I wish I just, I tell everyone this, but I have 2 children at home, 8 and 4. And when I'm giving all my patience all day long to the children, the ones that deserve it the most, don't get 100% of it.
I get that. Yeah.
So there's a lot of guilt that comes with that too. So doing the move to real estate was really, it was really the right choice. And it's, and even though, I'm in my first year, sky's the limit, you know what I mean? And having a great leader like Matt Marino, guide us new agents along the way, having assistance from, Pat has been amazing. Like listening to him on the phone, just calls. It's inspirational because it's just like, you just got to be easy. Just got to be laid back. I never once saw myself as a salesperson, and I don't look at real estate as a sales job, even though it is, because you're in the people business.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're trying to find people where they're going to live. You're not selling them a car or no offense, car salesman. go for it. But no, it's just a really great spot to be in. And I could do, I could work on my own brand, the whole like Mr. Doylestown thing. It's so funny when every time someone calls me Mr. Doylestown, I cringe a little bit because I'm just like, I don't want to be like
the golden handcuffs that you've created.
The clown. Hey guys, it's Mr. Doylestown. I'm still Dion. It's just that it was hard to spell my name. Sometimes people misspell my name, and I want to be recognizable. And it's just just going for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's like any press is good press, right? Anytime you recognize is good.
Let me go reset that real quick. So you're in sales, but like you're now teaching not 3 and 4 year olds, but adults on like the process of buying a home, what they need to be looking at, where to go, and like so you're learning a lot yourself, but you're also going to be teaching these people out here, like when they're shopping for homes, hey, maybe we put this offer in this way, you want to do it because of this, or
sure,
like, hey, we want to look out for this on this inspection, or let's ask for a seller's to sit. There's a lot of teaching that goes into real estate, especially as a realtor. Like that's your job, is to like go out and do that. So having a background in teaching probably it's going to be huge as you go through your career, because you'll be able to like transition that into this. So
speaking of I have a question for you. I'll
flip it.
Yeah, flip
the script. I love this.
How does one get into mortgage banking?
We have a lady at the window. Oh no, she's gone now. Okay, she was reading something on the thing. How does one get into mortgage banking? I mean, like, how did I get into the business? I think Tom.
I think it's very similar to real estate, because there's no right path.
Yeah, sure. there is no like right path.
We have very different paths.
But Tom, the owner of my company, is my best friend's uncle. Okay. So I had met Tom at a like a Christmas party, and I talked to him. No idea what he did. Not a clue. We were just talking about like surfing and skiing, because I ski and he surfs, and he skis a lot too, and we just like kind of hit it off that way. Totally forgot we even had that conversation. Went on with my life. I was in college. I went to Penn State, and I was like, if I didn't have a job by the end of my college career, I was going to go into the military. That was my whole plan. And I was like, all right, kind of gearing up for that. And then my best friend's mom had called me out of the blue one day, and she's like, hey, do you remember Tom? You met him at the Christmas party. Like, yeah, I remember talking to him, but like, why? What's up? He's like, well, he thinks you'd be a good fit for his like company. Do you want to go intern there? And I needed an internship to graduate.
Sure.
So I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. Like, I'll intern for him. And then boom, COVID hit. So then I'm like, all right, well, shit. We went to Zoom classes, and I wasn't in, really in school. So I kind of like followed up with him every like 6 months. I'd be like, hey, look, you still want to do this? You still want to do this? And like January of 21, he's like, why don't you come down like midway through January? He's like, let's do 3 days a week. See if you like it. If you don't like it, go about your way.
Cool.
If you like it, whatever. And then I never left. That was it.
Awesome.
That was it.
And that's like right out of college too, which is I also don't think you see too many realtors coming right out of college. You had mentioned Amy.
Amy.
It's like it takes like a very like forward-thinking person to be like, hey, this is something that most people do 10 years in their career, 15 years, like pivot into, but I'm going to start early.
And like, honestly, I think starting early helps a lot, but I also wasn't prepared for like, holy shit, this business is a grind. And it's like,
there's no like entry level position.
There's no, like, I was always used to, I worked since I think my first job I got when I was 12 years old. So like, I've always worked. I'm not opposed to working, or like,
you're a hustler.
I'm definitely a hustler. I have that aspect, but I was always very good at like, all right, give me a task to do. I'll bang this out for you. And then like, just keep giving me stuff to do.
You see the results.
Yeah. Like you immediately see the results. You're like, all right, boom, I finished this task. I'm on to the next one. And like, those are all the jobs I had, like these mind numbing, like just, hey, task. Real estate, mortgages, totally different. Like you're out there for months at a time, grinding, and you're like, is anything I'm doing working? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? So, and the past 3 years have been that. And then finally this year has been like the year where I'm like, oh shit, it's actually kind of working. It's
coming together.
It's coming together now.
It takes time.
It took a lot of time. And plus, like being young, I look at Rory, I look at Tom, I look at these guys who have so much more life experience than I do. So they're like, I mean, how old were you when you came into this business? Like
8 years ago, 32.
So 32, right? Yeah. Like you had known, hey, look, this isn't going to be like, I don't think you knew it was going to be like the grind that it is, but
it was
I think
also a very different time.
It was a very different time,
so.
but like you also had that life experience. Like, hey, nothing I'm going to do is going to be easy. Like it has to be. If you want to be successful at something, it's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, if I can mortgages,
hard,
yeah, dude, like I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll work hard. It'll be easy. And then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like this is nothing that what I expected. So it was just a total like, mind change, but finally it's like starting to pan off. But that's how I got into mortgages. There you go.
Yeah, dude. And I see a lot of younger people coming right out of, not a lot, but you could tell everything's getting a little younger. No offense.
I'm too young in the office.
No, it's okay. You just the oldest one here. That's why.
Now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
TikTok. I still don't have. I think I should do one of those too. But no. A lot of younger people, a lot of people, forward-thinking people who, I saw this one video. It's like, hey, real estate. It wasn't my first idea.
Yeah.
And then I think that's cool how people are just like getting into it. They see the value of it. And exactly, if you're just plugging away at something, eventually it's going to pay off.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, growing up, so I have like two really, really close friends that I would even like, call my brothers. So one of them, their uncle's Tom. And then another one I've known since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. And his family has been realtors. Like his mom's a realtor, he's a realtor, they have a brokerage, everything. So I always knew I wanted to invest in real estate, but I was like, yeah, I'll do that later on down the road. And like, now I just by being in the industry, like I have 2 rental properties back home where I grew up and stuff, and like it's just panned out that way, luckily for me. Yeah, but like I never expected to do this.
It makes it's easier to wrap your head around at 22, 23, 24 to buy a property when you understand the mechanics of the money behind it.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Which you do, obviously.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're like, oh, this is way affordable.
Also, too, I'm not feeding anybody besides myself. So I'm like, if I lose everything I have right now, I'll be fine. Like I'll figure it out.
Real estate and mortgages to get into, obviously the more experience, the earlier you get into it, the better, because when it starts paying off, it's like, all right, cool, the earlier the better.
Exactly.
Like you can, if you have no kids, no wife, like you're just like, you can live off of ramen. Like you can do that for a while while it's panning out.
I could not see myself at your age doing what I do. Dude, man, I do still have a really lazy personality, like deep down. Like I love a good like weekend, like close my eyes for an hour and a half. If the Eagles are sucking, just kind of doze off for a minute and check the score later. No, but yeah. So yeah, I've only been doing it a couple months, and it's definitely a very positively humbling experience, because at first I was like, oh, why does no one want to list their house with me? But then, you just get over that hump, and then like, you're just like, okay,
yeah,
we didn't vibe. It's okay, but it's definitely been, it hasn't really been a journey yet, because it's only been a couple months, but I'm just excited to just get into it. I'm loving what I'm learning, and yeah,
that's all that matters, man. What's your so here's a question for you. What's you're newer, you've been doing it for a couple months now, like you're seeing that, hey, this is going to be like a process. What do you have, like a 5-year like mindset here? Like, hey, this is what I want to do in the next 5 years. Like, is there any sort of path you want to follow or go down or anything? Or are you just like, hey, I'm going to go with the wind and figure it out?
Yeah, just get better. Every day, just get better. What really helps is when I do the little collaborations on social media and doing the events out in town, just having conversations with people, even if they are in the market or they're not, or they just want to be friendly, you know what I mean? That just goes a long way.
Yeah,
it just goes a huge way. And I can't be more thankful than, the people who've been leading me, the support from my wife, my family. Sometimes I have ideas, and my dad. I know I'm bringing up my dad a lot. He's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure this is a good idea? Are you sure? Are you sure?" Curmudgeon.
I love that you called him that.
Yeah. He wants to be called. He's called Pops, but he a friend of my kids, but he wants to be called Grandpa because he's grumpy. But that didn't happen. I like Pops better. Anyway, but I told him I was doing real estate. He goes, "It's not a bad idea."
Oh,
So I was like, all right, cool.
About as good as you're going to
Cool.
get.
I get his approval. And, my best friend, Zach, who I shouted out earlier, he's been kind of like big brother, or we're the same age. But he's been kind of my brother through everything. And he, sometimes I hate hearing his opinions and shit. But when I told him about it, he goes, "It might be good for you." So if I get like the support, and then of course my wife's been doing so great. Now that I'm getting my feet wet, she's working a couple more hours. She's really, putting the family on her back, and I can't be more appreciative of my wife and the support system I have at home. My son asked me, they're like, "So are you going in? So are you doing real estate today?" And I'm like, yeah, we're doing real estate all the time. But that's another thing. A lot of people think it's a lot of like downtime, but it's like, no, you're on all the time.
Oh yeah,
You're on all the time. But that's okay. I didn't ask you how you got into mortgage banking.
I'll give you
maybe you guys have explained on a previous podcast,
it's
but
fine.
I only.
No,
If you made it this far into the podcast, thank you very much.
You're going to want to hear this.
Secret word is artifact. All right, we'll give out a prize if you say artifact. If you reply artifact,
DM Dion artifact.
yeah, DM Mr. Doylestown the word artifact, and you will get a prize
All right.
if you made this far into the
Don't
video.
make this a clip though. That's cheating.
No, that's cheating.
Oh no, that is.
All right. I'll give you the short answer. My dad has been was in the industry for a long, long time, and I moved back from California. He's like, "Hey, what's your plan?" I'm like, "I want to get into something a little bit more like 9 to 5-y," which is hilarious. But I was working at restaurants, bars. I was in sales for a brewery.
Oh yeah.
So like it was nights, weekends, days. It was everything. Which consequently,
You were looking for free
what,
time.
That's what mortgage.
Yeah.
That's what I do now. But so I was like wanting something like a little bit more stable, long term,
Sure.
quote unquote corporate. Which our company's not corporate at all, but like kind of something a little bit more mainstream. And I was like, why don't you come in, see Tom? See if it's kind of the same thing. See if it works out. If you don't like it, great, whatever. And then I just never left. So and then my dad retired, and I'm still with him.
Sounds like a great place to work. You guys, go try it out. You just never leave. Yeah.
I wouldn't say 100%, but almost 100%. Bob, who started the company, and then he's been retired for maybe a decade or so, and then Tom, who's kind of like lived on that legacy of, hey, it's a fun place to work, it's a cool place to work, it's laid back.
Very, very selective about who works there.
He doesn't
And
just
it's
hire
like,
anyone. It's like, I don't care what your experience is. Does your vibe fit our office?
Yeah, like you could be pulling in $100 million a year in loans, and he's like, I don't, if you're not vibing with our company, like it's not going to work out. And it's like every day, I always say I don't get the Sunday scaries anymore. I'm not like, shit, I got to go to school or I got to go to work or something. Like I get happy to be like, I'm going to the office tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hang out with everybody and get some work done, do stuff. Like I look forward to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
All the shit we were talking, like that's all day, every day at the office.
what we do. Yeah,
and my
we just-
sister-in-law works there, and like she shit talks too. Like
Yeah.
we have a crossword puzzle that we do, like the New York Times mini crossword puzzle. It's like competition every day. Who's gonna get it quickest? Like
Yeah, 120 today, by the way.
I haven't gotten there yet.
It was.
Courtney's gonna get 35 seconds
yeah,
probably.
The one word
She wins
sucked,
every
but
day.
whatever. Anyway, yeah. So that's what that's our office. Like it's just
Sounds like kind. It
Yeah.
sounds like, I didn't really interview with Matt. You just took Pat's word that,
Yeah.
hey, this guy Dion, he's kind of a local dude, and it's been great.
Yeah, no, I think that's why we vibe so well with your whole team.
Yeah.
Everybody that's come on the podcast, I'm like, I love that person.
been-
Like they're great.
Like sometimes we're like, oh, it'll be a half hour. We're at 40 plus minutes now. It's like it just goes. It's like good vibes, good conversation. It just kind of goes.
Yeah, some of these are like 15 minutes, like in and out. But
Psh, those episodes, easy watches.
yeah,
This one's a hard watch. No.
Wrap it.
No,
But I
man.
think a lot of why the people who are on your team gravitate towards your team and work is like the collaboration. It's the, like teamwork. It's like being in the office and overhearing Patrick figure out how to like sell something or pitch something or, talk to somebody. It's like,
And I think it's cool too because a lot of the people on our team, we have under 10 years experience now, like not collectively, but it speaks volumes for an area around here too in Bucks County where you have all these, you know, Keller Williams, Compass, Coldwell, Remax, all these places, and Real Brokerage, just an awesome brokerage to be a part of. They let you do your own thing. You know, I'm on a podcast with these guys in my Grateful Dead shirt, and we're going back, and you know, we have an office right in the middle of Doylestown. I get
huge.
to talk to everyone, and like, I get to do the stuff on social media. I'm just so fortunate. So it's kind of cool that we were able to be here and do something locally.
Yeah, for sure.
And they do really support the social, like thinking outside the box, the new stuff, the social media,
Yeah.
you know, they get it.
The new age of real estate's really great, and you know, you want someone who's gonna, you know, like me, like there's somebody, you know, that was like, hey, I really want to be in this neighborhood. I'm like, let me break open the books and call every single person in this thing. You know why? Because that's what you got to do. Like a lot of people, like Alexis, she went out and door knocked. And I don't know how many other, especially, you know, seasoned real estate agents still door knock.
Oh, yeah. No.
You know, and stuff like that. Just like, are you willing to go the extra mile to try your best? And for me right now, because I'm new, I'm used to talking to 3 and 4 year olds. I could say goofy crap all day long, you know, but now I have to talk, you know, but still bring a casual vibe. That's why I like listening to Pat talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're going to find the right people to work with when, like, you're not going to find the stuff people to work with. They're not going to be your clients. You're going to be find the people that you get along with.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of them out there. So.
Oh yeah, and you know what? If you don't vibe with me and you don't vibe with anyone from our team, that's totally okay. There's plenty of realtors out there.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them, and I'm just trying to make my mark, just trying to make it my own. Like I'm not trying to fit in a mold, you know. And the mold that I do want to fit in is one that I'm surrounding myself with. I don't want boring ass people. I want cool people who are willing to do fun things. I think, how many other mortgage guys in the area do a podcast?
Not many. I mean, there's like ones off and stuff, but we were like we're very consistent, and we were like the first ones to do it. And then I started seeing like people that follow me will do like a podcast here, a podcast there, but it'll be like it you know, nothing like this. It's very nice that we're able to do this.
We've
and,
done
fun
one every week for 80 plus weeks, I think.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Number one mortgage podcast in the world.
There you go.
Yeah.
Happy to be on, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming.
Should we do a win?
Yeah, did you explain to him a win or no?
I threw it out there. You got to win?
It's the opposite of a loss. How about you guys go first? I'll go. Do you guys get to tell your wins too?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
All right, you guys go first. I got to think. Maybe I'll steal one of your answers.
You go first.
I have a old friend, been friends since high school. I've done purchases, refis for them. They're refinancing with me right now. They bought in a new construction community a year ago. They hated their lender. They ended up having to use, quote unquote, having to use their lender because they were throwing in all the incentives that, you know, new construction lenders do. Anyway, long story short is they came to me. They want to refinance. Killing it for them. They're like, hey, this is incredible. All of the people in my community bought at the same time, have the same rate essentially, and it's in the 7s. So now I have 3 or 4 other referrals from their neighbors, just their neighbors. So it's like I'm just going to start picking apart their community trying to get referrals for the next month.
Yeah, man, dude. And now's like a hot time for you guys too.
Yeah.
A lot of people are calling the refi, right?
It's getting there. I mean, you never know when the perfect time to refinance is. But I mean, when you're saving $7 or $8 or $9 or $1,000 a month, it's not a bad time.
Yeah, no.
So those people, they're getting rid of mortgage insurance. They're saving probably like definitely more than a point and a quarter in rate on a $800,000 loan amount. It's like, it's the time to do it. So
yeah, why not, man?
yeah. So they're doing it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My win would probably be, I think it's gonna like stem the same way, but like I've just been very busy the past 3 weeks, and I've been very blessed to like stay busy, be making phone calls, talking to a lot of people. I have another contract I have to work on today. I got a couple other people putting offers in. Like it's been a consistent flow ever since I got back from vacation. Well, ever since I went on vacation. And then it's just been nice that it's been flowing and continuing to grow, and I'm just like seeing
the fruits of your labor finally.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah, I think just like you getting off your vacation, everyone else is getting off of their summer vacation. They're starting to like, okay,
yeah,
back to not the bullshit, but like back to like normal life. Like I gotta take care of this.
That's
I
how I
gotta
feel.
take care of that. So that's why September and October for everyone is like
real busy.
Let's
back
go.
to it. Yeah, no, and I like it. I love being like moving constantly. That's just
Yeah.
me. Like that's why I love being in the city and like doing stuff and coming up here to do the podcast and then shooting back down to the office and then shooting out of here later. And like tomorrow I'm going to a game with a bunch of realtors and stuff. So I'm looking like it's been nice. It's my
Cool.
win. Yeah. So
Phil's game.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This will probably come out afterwards, but I hope they clinch.
Yeah, so do
NL
I.
East. Yeah.
So do I. Yeah, my buddy plays for the Cubs, but not the major league team. He plays for a farm team like AA.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, oh, we're going to see the Cubs, so I'm gonna send him some pictures of it when I'm there. He doesn't know I'm going yet, so.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love the minor league baseball team names. They're the best.
They're hilarious. Some of them are crazy. Like he'll send us pictures of the teams he's playing. I'm like, what the hell? Where are you? Like what is
the
going
Mud
on?
Hens.
Yeah, the
the
Mud
Lug
Hens is one.
Nuts.
Yeah, they have crazy names.
We did our camp group names 2 times. So we tried to switch up our camp group names at camp. And we did minor league baseball teams. It was such a hit that we brought it back like a couple years later because there's plenty of minor league baseball teams. It was awesome.
Yeah, the Barn Tornadoes or something.
Oh,
one of them or
man.
something. Yeah, it's like crazy. It's crazy.
It's cool merch too. Like
yeah.
I'm a big merch guy. I love getting my merch on. So if they have something cool and a cool design,
Yeah,
snag
all about it for sure.
Yeah. My win is we just did the event at Picnics on Pine with Joe Montone from Stage United, put it on, Ceramic Animal, Dirty Dollhouse. We were fortunate enough to have a table there doing a little raffle for a couple local businesses who donated their gift cards and, all that stuff with them. And it was a good chance for us to get our name out there because we've had the office in town. And when we got the office in town, we kind of dropped the ball on like something like the car show.
Yeah,
and
there's so many
Arts
things throughout the
Fest.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah, we really dropped the ball because Arts Fest, those tables get sold out like that. And it was hard doing something like that. So it was good getting ourselves out there, putting a face to the name. Because a lot of people walk by, they check out the listings, maybe they peek in to see if anyone's in there. But it was good, talking to some people, seeing some people I haven't seen in a while, and just, just connecting. So that's my win for this week. I'm exhausted from doing all that.
Good.
But
Killer.
but yeah,
Your
that's
nap time got taken up by Picnics on Pine.
oh my
obviously.
gosh. I tried to sleep in on Saturday a little
luck.
bit. I tried to sleep in, and because my boys are like at the age where like they'll go downstairs, they'll get themselves like a little like breakfast snack or whatever. But of course, it's like, I don't sleep in anymore like a teenager. But I just felt it, and then my wife's like, "Are you gonna get up today?" I'm like, start my day off like this. But you know what? That's marriage. That's marriage and parenthood. And
Yes, sir.
she'll probably kill me for saying this. So hopefully she doesn't
she-
watch this long into
Yeah,
it.
she won't make it this far.
We'll
You're
clip
fine.
this one and just send it directly.
Yeah,
to
we'll
her.
send it directly to
Is
her.
this your longest podcast?
Probably, actually.
Dude,
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
our longest podcast?
Jeff Silva was pretty long.
Yeah, but they weren't 50 minutes.
No?
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah, yeah, I think this might be our longest one. I know we've been in the 40s before, but
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever made it to 50. And there we go. I think you're
there you go.
longest
Oh, beautiful.
podcast. Nice, dude.
Dude.
All right, well, good
Thanks.
win. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Dude.
thanks so
Yeah,
much.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for the suggestion to have it at Artifact. That was cool. And thanks to Ryan for letting us kind of post up here. So
Yeah, my
he's
commute
awesome.
here was really quick.
Tough.
Sorry for you city folk.
it's all good.
No, but dude, it was great. Dude,
Gave me
these
an
guys
excuse
are
to work from
awesome.
Home today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Follow Mr. Doylestown on Instagram and Facebook. We're going to be doing some good stuff in the neighborhood. So keep posted and let's do some real estate as well, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, cheers to that,
Cheers.
dude. Yeah,
Cool.
thank
Friday.
you guys.
Oh,
Happy
everyone's
hour.
empty
Yeah,
except
I'm
me.
empty.
I
Yeah,
left
you
a little
taught
bit. Little champagne
Thank
toast.
you, thank you.
All right, guys. Happy Friday. Thank you
Happy
for tuning
Friday.
in.
Peace.
Cheers.
Too many lives, 25 years or fewer. Nothing we receive is brand new, it's just newer. While brothers drop down in their knees